We, the original blueprint of surveillance society, decoding dystopia. Welcome back. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is Decoding Dystopia, Literature as Prophecy, where we decode dystopian fiction as blueprints for engineered control, not mere storytelling. Today, we explore the forgotten godfather of surveillance fiction, Yevgeny Zamyatin's 1921 novel, We. Preceding Orwell's 1984 by nearly 3 decades, We is the first dystopian novel to lay out the mechanics of totalitarian control in a technological age. It introduces the now familiar features of dystopia: a glass-walled city, algorithmically assigned sexual partners, emotionless collectivism, biometric surveillance, and the surgical erasure of the human soul. But this isn't just a historical artifact. We is a mirror of our now. In this video, we'll break down how Zamyatin foresaw today's social credit systems, state-controlled reproduction, AI-generated conformity, and the biometric colonization of identity. His one state is not a metaphor, it's a model, and it's happening right now. 1. One state, the architecture of total regulation. In Zamyatin's future, the world is governed by the one state, a regime built on mathematical perfection, industrial symmetry, and absolute predictability. The city is enclosed in a transparent glass dome where all actions are visible to the benefactor, the state's supreme ruler. Privacy is abolished. Individuality is outlawed. Everything, from meals to sex to thoughts, is scheduled and regulated. This glass city is more than architectural metaphor. It's the physical manifestation of a surveillance society. The lack of walls means there is no boundary between self and state. Every movement is tracked, every interaction recorded, every deviation flagged. Modern parallel? We now live in glass houses made of metadata. Smart homes log when your lights are turned on. Fitness apps track your heartbeat. AI assistants record your voice. Digital ID systems log your face. And in China's social credit system, behavior is tracked not only by the state, but by your peers, mirroring the constant mutual observation within we. In Zamyatin's world, this surveillance isn't resented, it's internalized. Just like today, where people willingly trade freedom for safety, convenience, or belonging. The one state doesn't force you to conform. It designs a world where you wouldn't think not to. 2. Timetables, predictive obedience, and scheduled existence. The citizens of the one state, called numbers, live by a strict all-encompassing table of hours. Every moment is accounted for. Wake, eat, work, walk, sleep. Even sexual activity is regulated by a state-assigned pink slip, giving you permission to be with an approved partner for a limited time. What Zamyatin predicted was not just the militarization of time, but its total colonization. There is no spontaneity, no space for the soul. Every minute is shaped by external authority. Fast forward to today, workplace productivity is monitored minute by software. AI tools measure efficiency and predict optimal schedules. Calendar apps push rigid routines. Dating apps assign romantic matches based on preference data and user behavior. Biometric clocks record your sleep cycles, recommending when to move, when to fast, when to rest. Freedom is replaced by optimization. You are not punished for being late. You're programmed to believe lateness is immoral. Zamyatin warned us, when time is no longer yours, neither is your mind. 3. You are not a person, you are a number. The citizens of the one state are literally dehumanized into numbers. The protagonist is D503. His love interest is I330. There are no names, just symbols of the state's mathematical obsession. In this reduction, Zamyatin prophesied the algorithmic flattening of identity. Humanity is rewritten as data: binary, sortable, predictable. Personality is replaced with role. Your value is determined by function, not feeling. This is where we are today. Your online behavior is tracked, profiled, categorized. You are no longer a soul, you're a data cluster, a demographic, a user, an input. And in biometric systems, you are your retina, your gait, your fingerprint, your DNA. The more digitized we become, the more numbered we become. The soul is no longer sacred, it's quantifiable. Zamyatin understood this early. When identity becomes measurable, control becomes total. 4. Algorithmic pairing, assigned partners, and sexual regulation. Sex in the one state is stripped of intimacy. It is scheduled, permitted, and monitored. You file a request to sleep with someone. If approved, you're given a pink slip. Windows are closed for privacy during this sanctioned time. Otherwise, the city is transparent, both literally and socially. This isn't fiction anymore. Dating apps like Tinder, Hinge, and Bumble use AI to rank your desirability and match you accordingly. The state doesn't have to assign your partner. You let the algorithm do it. It becomes the new authority. In places like Singapore and China, governments are actively involved in romantic matchmaking to combat declining birth rates, using apps, incentives, and even AI pairings. Zamyatin predicted this exact trajectory: the erosion of organic connection replaced with a sterile, state-approved, algorithmically sanctioned transaction. And in the process, Sexuality becomes data, measured, surveilled, and policed. 5. The operation, the surgical removal of the soul. One of the novel's most horrifying moments comes near the end, when the one state mandates that all citizens undergo the Great Operation, a procedure that removes the imagination. Once the seat of dreams and rebellion, imagination is now classified as a disease. Zamyatin doesn't use metaphor here. He means it literally. The state views creativity as a threat to stability, and therefore, it must be cut out. Surgically. Today, we don't need scalpels. We have screens. The imagination is eroded through overstimulation, through infinite content loops, through echo chambers, through reward systems that kill boredom before ideas can be born. Children play with pre-scripted apps instead of improvising in the dirt. Teens perform TikTok dances instead of writing poetry. Adults scroll endlessly to avoid discomfort. This is the passive operation, not done to you, but internalized by you. And in parallel, psychiatric overreach now classifies natural, emotional, and imaginative responses as disorders, needing medication, sedation, or behavioral correction. Zamyatin was right. The system will not ban the soul. It will diagnose it, and then remove it. 6. The state as religion. Worship of the benefactor. The one state doesn't simply control, it demands worship. The benefactor is a deity-like ruler, venerated through ceremonies, elections, with only one candidate, and public executions meant to cleanse deviation. Faith is redirected from the divine to the technocratic. There is no God. There is order. Science is gospel. Emotion is heresy. And the soul is a defect to be engineered out. Today's technocracy mimics this. Silicon Valley offers immortality through uploads. The WEF envisions biometric economy and climate scoring. Transhumanist thinkers speak of replacing messy biology with perfect synthetic systems. Digital twins, soul bots, and emotion mapping promise eternal simulation. This isn't advancement, it's replaced transcendence. Zamyatin foresaw a world where belief is redirected, not extinguished, not lost, but hijacked. And those who deviate from this new faith are not just rebels, they are blasphemers. 7. Erased before birth, biopolitics, and engineered reproduction. In we, sexual freedom is limited and procreation is regulated by the state. Children are removed from their parents and raised communally. Families don't exist. Love is pathologized. Fast forward to now, artificial wombs are in development. Embryos are edited with CRISPR. Surrogacy has become industrialized. Parenthood is slowly being removed from biology and handed to policy and design. Zamyatin understood that the most effective way to control the future is to engineer it before it's born. When love becomes irrelevant and biology becomes programmable, the state can finally shape not just society, but the soul before it exists. This is not science fiction. It is reproductive technocracy, and it's already here. 8. Dissent as disease, the logic of elimination. Throughout the novel, citizens who question the system are labeled sick. Some vanish, others are forcibly operated on. Others commit suicide by system, their minds breaking under the strain of unresolvable contradiction. In the one state, freedom doesn't need to be outlawed, it needs only to be pathologized. Today, dissent is increasingly rebranded as extremism, misinformation, or mental instability. Wrongthink doesn't need jail, it just needs to be unplatformed, unfunded, or digitally erased. Zamyatin saw it early. Erasing the soul is cleaner than killing the body. 9. The resistance within, memory, myth, and the last human flame. Despite the crushing power of the one state, We is also a novel about the resistance of the human spirit. Through I-330, D503 begins to awaken, through love, chaos, memory, and loss. He discovers an underground group who lives outside the wall, beyond the glass. They remember nature. They feel. They believe in the individual. They call themselves the Mephi, a nod to Mephistopheles, the archetype of rebellion. This is where Zamyatin leaves us, not with triumph, but with truth. The state can rewrite your routines, monitor your mind, control your biology, but it can't fully extinguish the residue of the soul. There is always a flicker, a whisper, a refusal. In that resistance lies our roadmap. Final words. The blueprint is active. We is not fiction. It is the operating manual of the algorithmic state. It is the emotional forecast of the biometric citizen. It is the spiritual prophecy of the engineered soul. Zamyatin saw the end of individuality not as a tragic accident, but as a systematic achievement. He wasn't just warning us, he was showing us how it would happen. Glass walls, numbered names, scheduled sex, memory erasure, imagination surgery, algorithmic faith. And every one of those mechanisms is now live. So what can we do? Choose mystery over metrics. Value questions over consensus. Protect your soul from sterilization. Honor the imagination as sacred. Feel fully. Speak wildly. Remember deeply. Walk to the edge of the glass, and then shatter it. Hi, I'm Adeline Atlas, 11x published author, and what you just watched was only a taste of what's inside the Truth series, where we go all the way down the rabbit hole. If you're the kind of person who's always asking bigger questions, who knows there's more to this world than what we've been told, then this is your invitation to the series that was built for you. Inside the Truth series, you'll get full access to 6 mind-blowing sub-series designed to wake up your highest intelligence and decode the matrix we live in. 1. Locate the truth. Learn how to actually research, not just what to search, but how to verify, cross-reference, read declassified files, and protect your own mind from weaponized misinformation. This is truth-seeking, decoded. 2. The Mandela effect. Are we shifting timelines? Why do so many people remember a different past? We break down the most bizarre, undeniable examples of reality glitches and what they tell us about consciousness and control. 3. Law is magic. Law is not what you think it is. From word spells to maritime law and hidden contracts, we uncover how legal systems use language like a wand and how to stop being tricked by fine print that binds you without consent. 4. Entertainment or ritual. The Hollywood and music industries are not just for entertainment. From Super Bowl rituals to Grammy stage symbolism, we decode what's really being shown, who it serves, and why mass consciousness is the target. 5. Decoding dystopia. Ever wondered why dystopian fiction feels prophetic? In this subseries, we decode popular films and books, Hunger Games, 1984, Black Mirror, to reveal the hidden blueprints and predictive programming behind the plot. 6. MK Ultra plus mind control programs. This one gets deep. From real MK Ultra documents to modern symbolism in media, we expose how mind control operates in plain sight and how to free yourself from manipulation you didn't even know was happening. And that's just the beginning. If this resonated with you, click the links below and join us inside the Full Truth series, because the more you know, the harder you are to control. This is your awakening. We don't just ask questions, we find answers. Let's go all the way down the rabbit hole together.